Okay, so to answer the first question, what is a literature review? According to what I watched in the video and what I read, is basically the process of reviewing the work of others. What do I mean by that? It's the process of reviewing books, articles, journals, and more in order to find out more about a determined subject. For example, if I want to carry on a research about gamification, it's important for me to know what other authors have to say about the subject in and by doing so, I can add this information to my own investigation as a basis for my own process of making an article. Okay, the second question is, why is a literature review important and necessary? Well, it's important and necessary because when we are making a research about a determined subject, we need to show evidence if what we're saying is actually true. So we do this by naming or citing other sources. Also, when we are starting this entire process of investigation, we tend to have a lot of flaws in our investigation. So, by reading what other authors have to say about the same subject, we tend to correct those flaws and actually make a well-written article that can be helpful for other people. And also, this entire process of investigation, of reviewing articles, books, journals, and well, all that, it contributes to our own process as researchers. It can actually help us to acquire knowledge and to have a better understanding about our research. And finally, this can help us to formulate other ideas. Maybe we watch, we're focusing on a determined topic, and then we find out that there's way too much information about this same topic. So by reviewing articles, we can actually know what type of information can be of more value, and we can start doing an investigation about other topic.
We can find two types of literature, quantitative and qualitative. That is why it is important first to define what type of research we are carrying out. If it is qualitative, we will look for literature that help us to reinforce or support our ideas. Or, if it is quantitative, we will look for literature of this type to help us with our research. In a quantitative study, researchers discuss the literature extensively at the beginning of a study. And in a qualitative study, the literature serves a slightly different purpose. Similar to quantitative research, the author mentioned the literature at the beginning of the study to document or justify the importance of the research problem. To do a literature review, we have 5 steps. The first one is identify key terms to use in your search for literature. The second is locate literature about a topic by consulting several types of materials and databases, including those available in an academic library and on the internet. The third one is critically evaluate and select the literature for your review. The fourth one is organize the literature you have selected by abstracting or taking notes on the literature and developing a visual diagram of it. And the last one, write a literature review that reports summaries of the literature for inclusion in your research report. To identify key terms, we can do the following steps. Write a preliminary working title for a project and select 2 to 3 keywords in the title that capture the central idea of your study. Pose a short general research question that you would like answered in the study. Use words that authors report in the literature. Look in a catalog of terms to find words that match your topic. To locate literature. Having identified key terms, you can now begin the search for relevant literature. You might be tempted to begin your search by accessing the internet and exploring the electronic literature available on a topic. Although this process may be inconvenient, not all literature posted on the internet is dependable. For that reason, you can use academic libraries, primary and secondary sources, or search for different types of literature. Critically evaluate and select the literature. Let's return to the major steps in conducting a literature review. The process begins with identifying keywords and locating resources. Once you located the literature, you need to determine if it is a good source to use and whether it is relevant to your particular research. And finally, the most important step that you can do: organize the literature. Once you have located the literature, assess its quality and check is for relevance. The next step is to organize it for a literature review. This process involves photocopying and filling the literature.
Okay, question number 5 says, what criteria do you use to critically evaluate and select a literature? Okay, so first of all, we need to take into account if the information that we have is related to our topic or not. How do we know if the information is relevant or not? We need to see if they're answering the same research question or something related to what we want to make an investigation about. Also, in some investigations, they use a determinate type of population. So if you have a different type of population, maybe that type of research or source is not going to contribute a lot to our subject. Other thing that is really important is to find out if the information is good and accurate. So first, we need to have different type of sources. We need to find out what perspectives other authors have about the same subject, because it's not a good idea to just base an entire investigation with just one author. So, well, and also we need to include different forms of collation of data, for example, qualitative and quantitative information, in order to have a complete investigation.
Literature can be organized by chronological order. It has to be organized by date of published date, problem, cause, and solution order, general to specific order, known to unknown order, comparison and contrast order, and specific to unspecific order. Literature can be organized by topical order, making relationship to topical issue and topical order. It is important to know and construct and include a literature map because it helps you to organize your ideas and understand and clarifying any doubt that you may have with the topic, and it can help you too with the understanding the main topic. It can help you too to analyze the information in a particular article or a journal. And finally, it can help you to understand the difference between one research and another research.